Good evening. I'm Brian Yacono. Thanks for being with us tonight. Tonight, the three candidates seeking to represent Maine's 1st congressional district in the U.S. House of Representatives faced off in an hour-long forum right here on News Center Maine. Our Donovan Lynch has a breakdown of the key moments.
So I want to thank Representative Pingree for her service.
I want to echo those remarks. Thank you for your service to the country.
It was cordial from the start. Democratic incumbent Chellie Pingree facing off with Republican Ron Russell and Independent Ethan Alcorn in the Voice of the Voter Forum Thursday. All three vying to represent Maine's 1st congressional district, where finding affordable housing is a top issue.
We need a lot more affordable housing, and we do need help from the federal government. We have a variety of programs that help us out here in Maine.
Well, Pingree emphasized public investment in affordable housing. The Republican Russell favors building homes with fewer units that would be attainable for new home buyers.
You shouldn't start off with a 3 or 4 bedroom home with a small family. So this 2-bedroom home solution seems like a good idea.
Alcorn insisting a solution should be in the hands of the private sector.
We really need to let the free market take over and stop making government be the answer to everything.
On the issue of keeping Social Security financially viable, Pingree and Russell standing far apart on the question of raising the age to receive the benefit.
For folks who are coming into the system right now, yes, they probably should expect a later retirement age.
I'd have huge concerns about that, especially in Maine. If you're a fisherman or you're a carpenter or you're working in the woods every day, you don't want to wait till 70 to have to collect your retirement.
As the United States grapples with a surge of migrants,
what we need to do is stop all illegal immigration coming into the United States. We do that by continuing to build the rest of the wall.
I can't basically talk to any Republican about immigration right now because the fact is we had a compromise bill in the Senate. Donald Trump called him up and said, kill the bill.
When our ancestors came here, we didn't have the government handing us cell phones and money, and we got to start taking care of our own people.
In closing statements, each candidate striking a different tone.
There are so many challenges before us today, but we have a lot of exciting things going on in Maine. Thank you so much for the voters for the privilege that you've given me.
Congresswoman Pingree has had her chance, and I think it's time for change. I represent that change.
I would be my honor to have your vote and to serve for you guys.
Donovan Lynch, News Center, Maine.
We want to bring in our political analyst to talk a little bit more about tonight's Voice of the Voter Forum. Betsy Sweet and Garrett Mason join us once again for a little discussion. Big question here is, what did voters learn tonight? Was there anything new they gained from this conversation tonight?
I think they got deeper information. I mean, I think Chellie, Congressman Pingree, was really so clear about all the work that she's done, the intricacies of Washington, how she knows them, her leadership role, and a lot of things that matter to Maine that don't get the headlines, right, that aren't talking points, but the things for fisheries and for our woods and for energy and for climate. I mean, she really hammered home climate. So I think that we don't even know, I think most of us don't know the extent of what happens and all the things that she does in a bipartisan way to get stuff done. So I think that deep knowledge that she has, that deep experience, and the deep success she has in getting things done working bipartisanly was new. I think people got to know both the other two candidates maybe for the first time. Either one of them has had much exposure.
I think Ron Russell did an exceptional job tonight talking about housing and how we can work towards a different path. Smaller homes, starter homes, relating everything back to energy. Because listen, no matter what we're doing, we're using energy, whether it be through our heat, through our cars, through our phones, whatever we're doing, we're using energy. And I think connecting that back to how that matters to the kitchen table issues was a really great. He did a really wonderful job at that. I wish I would have heard a little bit more from all three of the candidates, and I'll tell you why. Because I think this race gets lost with the 2nd district race. The 2nd district's always competitive. The 1st really never is. And I think there's a lot of people out there that don't know Congresswoman Pingree. I think there's a lot of people who obviously don't know Ethan Alcorn and Ron Russell because it's just not a high-profile race. So I think there was some missed opportunities for the three of them to reintroduce themselves. Ron Russell, exceptional military record. Congresswoman Pingree, huge history. And I really don't know much about Ethan Alcorn. So I think that was a missed opportunity.
Do you think voters were left with more questions about the candidates tonight?
I bet they're left with more interest in the race. I think because, as you said, I don't think it's usually a high-profile race in Maine or anywhere else in the country, for that matter. And so I think hopefully it piqued their interest. And what I'm hoping is that people took some of the things that Chellie said and really want to learn more about regenerative agriculture, looking at working waterfronts and how energy is affecting that, and how our energy independence, which she corrected the record for a number of Republican talking points, which I thought was a good thing.
And I think at the end of the day, I think this was a much more policy-heavy debate, and I think for Betsy and I specifically, it was nice to hear all three of them talk about their ideas and like what they wanted to do. And of course, there was the standard bickering. It's a debate, but I mean, it was really nice to hear like thoughts about what all the candidates had to say. I was impressed with the policy matters of the debate.
Some direction, hopefully, conversation of where we want to go as a country. Betsy and Garrett, our thanks to you once again for joining us tonight. And a reminder, if you missed it, you can watch our full Voice of the Voter Forum on the News Center Maine Plus app.